Hold up, was JT utilizing Nicki Minaj this whole time just to excel in her vocation kit? So it seems as though we at last know the genuine motivation behind why JT went from making occupies about Nicki to unexpectedly turning into her lab canine, in light of the fact that Nicki only uncovered her for being phony, involving her as a venturing stone to excel in her profession. This came as a shock to individuals, since it truly seemed as though Nicki and JT had fostered a genuine companionship over the most recent few years. Nicki permitted JT to hop on her tune and, surprisingly, brought her out to perform on her visit anyway. It looks like while Nicki was doing everything since she truly liked JT, was subtly plating on the best way to involve Nicki and ditch her when she's done. Tragically for JT, Nicki got on. And word on the road is Nicki is not generally keen on having JT in her camp. Okay, so on the off chance that you all in some way passed up all the show among JT and Nicki, you better relax for this, cuz it's a ton of teeth going to be fabricate. This whole wreck went down only a couple of days prior when JT delivered her exceptionally expected ep, City Cinderella, and many individuals emerged to help her and lauded her for the undertaking, since this was her very first complete performance task, and she'd been discussing it briefly. She at first prodded it as her introduction collection, yet only a couple of days before it's delivered she changed around and said it would have been an ep. Now while JT was getting this large number of gestures of recognition from individuals, many individuals saw that Nicki was curiously calm and didn't make the slightest effort to help JT at all. She behaved like she hadn't even realized the undertaking would have been delivered. And obviously individuals found this extremely strange in light of the fact that JT didn't keep away from advancing Nicki's Pink Friday 2 collection. When it came out, she enjoyed each and every post about it, posted it on her IG stories, and made a few recordings rapping his tunes on the collection even. That to the side, JT hasn't in a real sense lost the relationship she had with other female rappers like Cardi B and Megan, all due to her connection to Nicki. If you all recollect, JT put her whole vocation at risk and essentially thinned her opportunities to, at any point, get a Grammy when she stood up for Nicki, after the Grammy has granted her an ICEST for their tune Barbie World, just to grab the honor back quickly and give it to another person. At the time, JT set up this tweet that said, "I recognize Nicki Minaj for not tapping out yet dropping music, knowing it's so many chances against her. It's huge cash to end Nicki, yet it's a greater God he being. Your heritage won't ever be scattered. Nicki Minaj, I love you." JT got a ton of intensity for this with individuals in any event, calling her a lap canine, yet she actually remained on business and rallied behind Nicki. Now you would figure Nicki would basically attempt to give back by sharing a connection to JT's collection or even posted it on her accounts, yet coddles it was crickets. Yet that wasn't even the most terrible part. On precisely the same day that JT delivered her app, Nicki chose to hop on Station Head with her thorns and got to acting untidy. During her meeting on Station Head, she proceeded to express a few obscure things that individuals quickly connection to JT. She discussed how somebody who used to dislike her abruptly went from loathing her to enjoying her. Nicki hinted that she was walloped by this individual, and that after this individual showed her their genuine nature, she needed to pause for a minute or two, and can't help thinking about why she even permitted herself to draw near to them in any case, knowing very well they ain't similar to her before. Yet you additionally need to address why an individual would go from unliking you to cherishing you. Is that odd? Well, you don't say. When Nicki said this, many individuals quickly began guessing that she was discussing JT, in light of the fact that JT truly used to be a Nicki critic before she and Nicki became companions. I mean, do you all recall the diss track that JT made about Nicki and them old tweets of her age disgracing Nicki and CK can't tear no be ain't even I, she been with me yet she got dropped like music. And we going to sell out, show you have a connection with quality control. Now you yelled out a day or two ago there is a gathering that they have around there that continues to specify your name, since they maintain that should do a melody with you. Would you do a record with the city? Young ladies, next question, either that respite mean it's as of now finished or like stacking? Great. Well, I don't have any idea. What I will say is that a couple of years prior I saw a video of them and I asked somebody in their group around then. I got some information about them like, wow, I heard I still this video and that is charming. Like I was thinking about hopping on a record. They're one of their records that was out around then and afterward virtual entertainment happened. You understand what I'm talking about? Web-based entertainment occurred with when you realize individuals will express things about somebody like a craftsman, whether they tweet it or say it, or whether they get 'em pulled, whether it gets pulled out of them in a meeting or something to that effect. And the thing is the point at which you at. Whatever point you post something on the web, it's there perpetually, no doubt. At whatever point you express something in a meeting, it's there perpetually. So as an individual, a craftsman is an individual first. So on the off chance that I, as a customary human, was going to accomplish something with you, in the event that I was going to go out to supper with you this evening, and afterward I get something that says, yo, she don't actually, you like that she was saying this and like you, and she said she trusts you truly. You know, never pop or never thrive, and I won't go out to supper with you any longer, since now I realize that I like you, yet you could do without me. Not terrible, but not great either. That is only a human method for feeling. Assuming you hear someone was expressing things about you, one thing, as well as rehashed tweets for quite a long time. Not only a certain something, so it's difficult to let that go. Knows it's given up, definitely it's given up. Yet about how could I work with someone could do without me right now? After this, Nicki and JT reached out through the city young ladies chief and retouched things. Yet many individuals generally thought that Nicki hadn't truly excused JT and that she just claimed to be over the entire thing. The charges got energized when Nicki constrained JT to rap that diss track again on an IG Live last year. Individuals felt like Nicki was attempting to embarrass her by making her rap that melody on live, knowing great and well a huge number of individuals were observing great. I could see you as a medication creator, since you was saying a wide range of insane and doing diss records against me in the vehicle. When you was in the vehicle, how that tune go, that melody right now, Nick. She even theat was in my completion. Move it along, stand by. I don't recollect Nicki, mightn't she at any point even the road I'm you a sack of basic foods, drop it at music. In my trickster days I was simply so frantic, like I'm to make sure I don't have the foggiest idea why I was so frantic. Now returning to what Nicki said, all that she expressed is, by all accounts, an ideal portrayal of JT as the main individual in her camp who used to be in operation, and afterward went to one of her companions, and from the vibes of it, Nicki didn't totally move past JT dissing her, yet she neglected it, yet acknowledged her anyway. It seems as though JT could have effectively made Nicki question her reliability. Once more, certain individuals guarantee Nicki maintained that JT should sign to her record, mark weighty on it, yet JT turned the proposal down. Someone said they say Nicki Minaj frantic cause JT didn't sign the weighty on it. Be high, I wouldn't either. Now, despite the fact that this could sound wild to some of you all, Nicki has truly been attempting to enroll a few female rappers to sign to her mark, yet they've all turned her down, and she has not been taking it quite well. If you all recollect, this was uncovered in the no so distant past when Ice Flavor's ex-BFF Child Storm posted screen captures of her talk with Ice Flavor, in which she asserted Nicki was frantic at her since she turned down and offered the side of her record name in the message. Ice blamed Nicki for giving her a horrendous record arrangement, and when she requested that Nicki give her a superior one, Nicki advised her to be thankful about the thing she's getting cause she didn't address Lil Wayne when he gave her to youthful cash up a long time back. She continues saying, gracious, when Wayne was marking me, I didn't address yakety yak, yet me and her are in better places in our profession when that happened, like I marked, so how could I work in reverse net? It's superfluous, like she gaslights me to a whole lot. I got to adore her from a separation from my psychological well-being, so it appears as though Nicki was attempting to maneuver Ice toward marking a terrible arrangement. Yet she was sufficiently shrewd to peruse that agreement, and from the vibes of it, exactly the same thing occurred with JT, and presently Nicki's on station head tossing subs at her. As expected, individuals had their own contemplations about this, like this individual who said nobody at any point does anything to Nicki. Nobody has denied her being the best female rapper, not to mention perhaps of the best rapper time frame, so I never comprehend the reason why she has in every case generally had hamburger with young ladies who simply need to develop and construct. Someone else said, obviously she did. For what reason are you all astonished? It's all over Twitter. That lady is unpleasant and will keep on being miserable as hellfire. JT turned on every one of the young ladies